Good evening and welcome to the public hearing of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. It is February 1st, 2022. It is 6:30 p.m. Call this public hearing to order. This public hearing was advertised in the Daily News Journal. First order of business will be the Ordinance 2021-35, an ordinance to amend the Laverne Municipal Code to establish a fee schedule. If anyone would like to speak on this, now is the time. Please come up to the podium. Again, the podium is open if anyone would like to speak. Moving on to item number 2, Ordinance 2021-36, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance to refer fees in the zoning ordinance to the fee schedule that will be established by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Again, the podium is open. If anyone would like to speak, now is the time. Seeing no one coming forward, we're going to move on to item number 3. Ordinance 2021-37, an ordinance to amend the impact fee ordinance to refer fees in the impact fee ordinance to the fee schedule that will be established by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Again, the podium is open. Now is the time if you'd like to come forward and speak on this. Seeing no one, we are moving on to Ordinance 2022-03, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 14, parcel 48, consisting of approximately 0.78 acres located at 441 Sand Hill Road from an A agricultural zoning district to an R3 high-density zoning district. Again, the podium is open. If anyone would like to come and speak on this, now is the time. Seeing no one, we're moving on to our last item, Ordinance 2022-04, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 17E Group A, parcel 1, consisting of approximately 0.59 acres, located at the intersection of Woody Thomas Drive and Old Nashville Highway from a C2 Highway Service Commercial Zoning District to a C3 Neighborhood Service Commercial Zoning District. Again, the podium is open. If anyone would like to speak on this, now is the time. Seeing no one, I will call this public hearing adjourned, and we will reconvene at 7 o'clock. Good evening, and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting. It is February 1st, 2022. It is 7 p.m. Call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I will have the prayer tonight, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be by Commissioner Robert Stevens. If everyone would please stand for the prayer and the pledge. Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we just ask that you would put your hand upon our city, that you would bless it and its residents, that you would guide us and lead us in your paths and your ways. We thank you, Lord, for sending Jesus to die on the cross, and we ask that you would do all things through us and with us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
In the Pledge of Allegiance to our great flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. First order of business is to approve the minutes from the December 9th, 2021 public hearing and the December 9th, 2021 regular meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Moving on to departmental reports. Fire Department, Chief Beasley.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. I trust that each one of you have the report. I believe I caused a little disturbance with Mr. Richardson when I thought he had forwarded the wrong report, but so you'll see the numbers are there just a little bit ahead of where we were last year, about 30 runs. Again, we're running the medical calls as about 70+% of what we do. We've had our response times are absolutely ahead of schedule, as we always are. And water consumption, we've been doing a lot of work with Michael Dietz, his department with Scott Talovich, doing some water testing and hydrant testing this month and in the past 3 or 4 months, so we're going to be a little bit ahead of that as well. Anybody got any questions?
Any questions about the report? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Moving on to the Police Department. Chief Davis.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Aldermen. You have in front of you your crime summary for the month of January. As you can see, we're off to a start. I can't say if it's a good start or bad start or not, but one of the highlights that I want to bring out is if you look under the recovered stolen vehicles, you see 11. And just so you all know that this is mainly because of our Blue Sentinel LPR program that's we're getting alerted on these stolen vehicles that come into our city, so we're able to recover more having those eyes in the sky that we normally didn't have prior to that, so we appreciate that from you all. Another stat that I do want to bring to your attention of we did have 5 thefts from motor vehicles, which 3 of those vehicles was left unlocked and 2 actually did have windows stolen, but thankfully no weapons or anything was stolen out of any of those cars. Any
Wonderful.
questions?
Any questions on the police report?
I'm still having getting complaints on citizens having the car speeding in the neighborhood. I noticed coming down here tonight, y'all put up a speed sensor recorder on Old Nashville Highway that records the speed.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's kind of a deterrent.
So that's up for 2 reasons, and we also did it in the Wolverine Trail subdivision as well. Not only does it alert you of your speeds, but it's also given us a speed measurement to where we can go back and collect the data to see if it's actually a speed problem or not. So that gives us an opportunity to analyze that data and disperse officers to that area at certain days, certain times to try to curb that. So we've done that in the other area that you had over across from the school. Anytime you see that, that's what we're doing. Not only trying to deter with those signs being up showing about your time, but we're collecting data as well too. And we have some that's not actually speed signed. They're JMAR boxes to where the old ones you see the wire going across the street, but we have wireless ones now to where you don't see it. So we have those out as well too.
Yeah, I know y'all short-handed, and like I tell a lot of them that called me, I said, you know, we can keep moving them around, but we can't put officers in every subdivision. We just don't have the manpower.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, what you done on Wolverine Trail. You know, I'm sure you done the best you could do over there, but they
Yeah.
still speeding, but you know, you can't, like I tell them, I said, the police can't stay there 24 hours.
Yeah, we do what we can when we can. I did just make some purchases of some new handheld lidars, so officers, the places where cars can't actually station their car to where they can get radar from their car unit. I just purchased some lidar units to where they handheld devices to where so we're trying again. We're shorthanded right now, 10 officers down, which that's a lot for a small department like us. So we do what we can when we can. We're doing a good job though. We're doing a great job out there with what we got. So,
Chief, can you speak to the Blue Sentinel activity that's in our packet? The
What's
Blue
that?
Sentinel activity section in our packet where it talks about since December with the
so you all have
stats.
December as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got the, it's alerted LPD to the 2 individuals with warrants, 36 stolen
Yeah,
cars.
so the Blue Sentinel, which is still the LPR system, so yes, it does track stolen vehicles that's been put on what we call a hot list, but it also is a investigative tool as well. So if you have murder suspects that you know have known vehicles, or for any reason that you have a need for that vehicle, you can have it entered. You have a certain criteria to get it entered on the hot list. And in this particular situation, another agency did put them on the hot list, and they hit one of our cameras here, and we were able to apprehend. Another fact, we didn't apprehend the guy, but the gentleman that allegedly killed the deputy in Robertson County, I believe, his car had been through here too. So that's how good this information is for us.
Oh, I find it amazing with the stats here about the 2 individuals with warrants, the 2 missing persons, 30 stolen license plates, and then the 36 stolen vehicles.
Based upon, yes. That's a
That's
program
amazing.
that I look to expand. I think it's a win for the city. I think it's definitely a win for the police department. So,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Moving on to Parks and Recreation Department, Mr. David McGowan.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, thank you. You guys have the numbers for the parks for this past month. You see in our projects, we're still currently rehabbing 468 Stones River Road. We see daylight at the end of the tunnel. We should hit our date hopefully by the end of this month. We'll be done by the end of this month. Hopefully by 2 weeks, we should be wrapping that up. See our upcoming events this Saturday, the winter formal at Waldron School from 2 to 4. What I don't have on there, I think, is February the 11th is going to be our Senior Center Valentine's Party. That's from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. That will be at the center. Upcoming meetings, you see February 17th, Senior Center Advisory. February 21st is Park and Rec, and February 21st also is the Greenway Advisory. Senior Center wanted me to hit on a few things. They wanted to thank Cardinal Health. They really stepped up during the holiday season. They sponsored our seniors for Christmas. They've done that the last several years. They also wanted to thank the Salvation Army. They put a bunch of our seniors on their angel tree. 24th of January, started Meals on Wheels at the center. Meals on Wheels began supplying meals to our seniors that day. They get meals on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Senior Center will host our GNRC conference this year. It's all centers in the Tennessee area that are involved in GNRC. We'll have a day at our center.
That's a huge honor.
Yes, sir. We're supposed to do it last year. COVID got the best of them, so they rescheduled it to this year.
So Meals on Wheels, my understanding, is actually going to start making the food at the senior center.
I don't know when that is gonna start,
Right.
but I think that's within the next couple of weeks. Right
Right.
now, they are bringing the meals in. They're packaged so they can heat them up, take them home with them, or whatever. It's a meat, 2 vegetables, bread, snack, milk, and a dessert. So they can either eat those there at the center or take those home with them, so we know they're covered.
It's I've been fortunate enough to been there when Cardinal Health, Salvation Army, everything has been there, and it's just amazing what
Yes,
those
sir.
ladies are doing down there.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Moving on to the Finance Department, Ms. Phyllis Rogers.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Alderman. Did you have a heart attack when you see my report? No? Okay.
It works.
So this is through the end of December, and in our general fund, our revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately 3.2. That's because we did a lot of property tax collections. Now, where I thought you might be surprised at is our sales tax, because those numbers are not accurate. What happened was when I was keying, I accidentally keyed over a formula, and it messed up the number before it. So the real number is for the sales tax collections is the actual is $7,066,409 for the actual for this year. And prior year, for this time last year, it should have said 5.7 million instead of the 7 million. And then, of course, our budget as of the end of December was around 5 million. So overall, our sales tax collections, we're about $2 million over budget and about $1.3 million over prior year. So I caught that correction, that a mistake right as I was walking in the meeting, so I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. State street aid revenues exceeded expenditures by $478,000. Stormwater expenditures exceeded revenues by approximately $727,000. In our water and sewer fund, revenues exceeded expenditures by approximately 1.7. Second page is our balances in our various bank accounts. And the third page is a comparison to prior year, with revenues being approximately $2 million more than this time last year, and expenses being approximately $2.4 million more. In our water sewer fund, our revenues are down about 29, but our expenses are up right around 4,000, and our tap fees are down about 51,000. Any questions?
It don't surprise me about sales tax being high. I was at the store the other day, and I don't usually buy red meat, but I looked at a I think it was around a pound of hamburger, and it was $12. I'm too glad I'm on a diet.
Thank you. Moving on to the Library Department, Ms. Donna Bebout.
Be bout.
Bag of tricks.
Mayor, Vice Mayor Aldermen, good evening. As you know, tomorrow is Groundhog's Day. And at the library, we have a lot of friends that live in the children's office area on a shelf. And one of those friends came to me and felt like groundhogs were getting a really bad rap, that they're just being used for weather forecasting. And so tonight, I promised my friend that he could come, and he's actually going to do the meeting. Now, he told me that he knows that I like to talk. I don't know where he got that. But he said I had to put on a mask. Well, he actually called it a muzzle, and to put on a mask so that I would remember not to talk. So I'm going to put on my mask, and you're going to get to meet my friend from the library. Now, his voice may be a little bit high because he's been in the dust on the shelf a lot back in that room. So, with further ado, let me out, let me out. Hang on, hang on. I want out. Okay, all right, here we go. Oh. Whoa! Look at all these people. Get the microphone closer to my mouth, please. Okay, Miss Donna, put your glasses on. You know I can't see without you having your glasses on. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Aldermen, it is a privilege to be here tonight. My name is Library Larry. You probably know my very famous cousin, twice removed, Puxatawny Phil. Now, Phil, he gets all the press. So I'm excited to give this report tonight. Again, my name is Library Larry. This is the report for February 2022. Attendance. Whoa! 1,275. Okay, our holiday reading program is going on now through February 19th. We've had total entries of 1,847. I want to let you know that we are now doing taxes at the library. United Way is going to be doing taxes every Friday and Saturday from 9:30 until 1 o'clock, which is the last appointment at the library. So come on down and get your taxes done. All right, last thing. We're starting our children's programming. Yay! We get to be with children. That starts Monday. If you'll see on your report there, it tells all the different times. Okay, I think this is enough of the limelight tonight. Do you have any questions?
Larry, if you don't mind me asking, we're putting you on the spot. What are your predictions for winter?
Well, Miss Donna didn't bring her phone that has the weather on it, so. Hold on 1 second, Mayor. And Mayor, it's a privilege to get to be with you tonight.
Privileged to have you.
What's the weather gonna be like? Will I see my shadow? I predict that I will see my shadow, so there will be 6 more weeks of winter. Any other questions?
Can you, tell us again the time and the date of the taxes, do the taxes?
Yes, sir, I'll be happy to. Miss Donna, read that down there to me. You got your glasses on. Okay, so the dates are every Friday and Saturday, February 4th through April the 9th, 9:30 a.m., and the last appointment is at 1. Appointments are preferred, but a limited number of walk-ins will be accepted.
And it is free.
Yes, sir, it is free, and you can make up to $70,000 this time. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Any other questions?
Vice Mayor, you look like you've got one on your face.
I'm about afraid to ask him. I like the twice removed thing, though. That's funny.
Thank you so much, Library Larry and Miss Donna.
Oh, man.
Thank you all very much. Oh, gotta go. It's Danny's turn.
Yeah.
Moving on to the water treatment plant. Danny Campbell, come on down. Let's see if you can top that, buddy.
That's a negative ghostwriter. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, trust you have our report in front of you. We did, as not as interesting as Library Larry, but we did have Eaton come finish the work at the intake for the SPB breaker work. And on the radar, we're continuing our SCADA project work to get that taken care of, upgraded, excuse me, see, I'm all nervous because of Library Larry. And then the relocation of our coagulant injection point. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I appreciate you getting back with me on that pink water stain
Yes, sir.
at my house. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Prompt getting back to me. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Danny, just want to see if you can take us through one of the customer complaints, the one with the black particle.
Yes.
Can you just kind of walk us through that?
Yes, so the customer said that they had a black particulate in the water. They asked us if we treated the water with graphite, which we do not use. We use a powder activated carbon, but that's on the front side of the treatment, so that actually would not go into the filtered or finished water, excuse me. So he did request a sample to be taken. We did run all our normal samples. Everything came back within range. He was contacted back. He was also asked to flush his lines. He did say that he was going to contact a plumber. We did contact him back, and he said that the problem had subsided, not completely gone away, but I don't think the plumber had been able to get to the residence by the time we returned the phone call.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else have any other questions?
I just see a lot of yellow and green, or a lot of green, a little bit of yellow on on everything. So again, you must have everything up and running and
Little
looking
little
good.
by little, trying to get
I
as
like
much
it.
as we can. Some of that's going to take place. It should clear some of that yellow when the SCADA project is completed.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to old business.
Before we go to old business, I got two questions about the reports or one statement. The first is when Bruce sends us those reports, I know to myself, that's a big plus. I get to sit there and look at them before we come here. I like that. My next question is, and I'm just curious, is whatever happened to our Public Works report?
Well, the Public Works was dropped off. We still get a report in your packet, and just as far as the discussion point here, but you still get those reports. in
Well,
your
I know
packet.
we do, but I know citizens like to hear about brush pickup and things like that. Okay, that's all I got.
Thank you. Moving on to old business, second reading ordinance 2021-34, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 29, parcels 21.01, consisting of approximately 15.5 acres, located at 303 Blair Road, from an R4 mobile home residential zoning district to an R3 high-density residential zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on October 26, 2021. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
A second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron.
No.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Second reading ordinance 2021-35, an ordinance to amend the Laverne Municipal Code to establish a fee schedule. A public hearing was held on tonight at 6:30. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
A second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
The motion passes. Second reading ordinance 2021-36, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance to refer fees in the zoning ordinance to the fee schedule that will be established by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on November 30th, 2021, and there was a public hearing tonight on that. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Second reading ordinance 2021-37, an ordinance to amend the impact fee ordinance to refer fees in the impact fee ordinance to the fee schedule that will be established by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Again, there was a public hearing tonight on that. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
A second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda passes. Moving on to new business. First reading ordinance 2022-01, an ordinance to amend Title 15, Chapter 11, Section 15-1101 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding the driver education course. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
A second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2022-02, an ordinance to amend Title II, Chapter 3, Section 2-301 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding the membership of the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
No.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2022-03, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 14, parcel 48, consisting of approximately 0.78 acres located at 441 Sand Hill Road from an A agricultural zoning district to an R3 high-density zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation at the Planning Commission on December 28, 2021, and there was a public hearing tonight on that. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. Is there a second?
I second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
No.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2022-04, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 17E, Group A, Parcel 1, consisting of approximately 0.15 acres, located at the intersection of Woody Thomas Drive and Old Nashville Highway, from a C2 Highway Service Commercial zoning district to a C3 Neighborhood Service Commercial zoning district. This received an unfavorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on December 28, 2021. There was a public hearing held on that tonight. Need a motion to approve or deny?
I make a motion to deny.
Have a motion to deny from Vice Mayor No. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2022-05, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2021-2022 Streets Capital Projects Fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. I will second it. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. First reading ordinance 2022-06, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2021-2022 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Coates. I will second it. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
I vote aye. Motion passes. Resolution 2022-01, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Vice Mayor No. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Motion passes. Resolution 2022-02, a resolution to adopt a new employee handbook. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And that's a second by Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
Our vote aye. Motion passes. Motion to approve a professional services agreement and proposal from TM Partners, PLLC, for the architectural, engineering, design, and construction administration services for the Police Department building expansion and renovation project. I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I second.
Second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
Vice Mayor No.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Moving on to appoint or remove board and committee members. First, we have the Smyrna Rutherford County Airport Authority, and this is to appoint one member. I will make a motion to appoint Alderman Coates.
I'll second.
There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain on that one, please, Bruce.
Motion passes. Moving on to the Beer Board. We've got one term that expired on 12/31/2021. And just a moment. And that's Jennifer Maxey, who would like to stay on this board. Or make a motion to put her back on that board, or I will appoint her to the board. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to C, Construction Board of Adjustment Appeals. We've got one term that expired at the end of January. That's Felicia Anderson. She would like to remain on this committee. And so this is appointed by the council. So I'll make a motion to appoint Felicia Anderson back to this committee. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Vice Mayor No. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the Greenway Advisory Committee. We've got Robert Lee's term that expired at the end of 2021. He would like to remain on this committee. We've not had any other applicants, and I will appoint him to this board. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the Historical Preservation Advisory Committee, we've got one term that's vacant, which is Tony Vanetta. His expired at the end of the year, and he would like to remain on this committee. I'll appoint him back to that committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the Library Board, we have got two terms that are vacant. Glenn Green's expired at the end of the year, and Alderman Waldron's expired at the end of the year. Of course, Glenn Green, due to state law, is not able to be reappointed to the Library Board. And then the council position is appointed by this board. I'll make a motion to appoint Megan Honeycutt to that board. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Vice Mayor No. All in favor?
Not kicking the ball down the road, but Megan Honeycutt, I'm sure would be a good candidate there, but her work schedule might interfere with it because we meet at 5 o'clock. I know she's missed a couple Mayor and Alderman workshop. I have no problem being there at 5 o'clock, and I wish to stay back on there. In the 15 years that I've been on the board, any member that wanted to stay on a board has been readmitted, and I don't know why that I'm not be readmitted on there unless it's a political move. That's what I'm gonna say, and I don't remember in 15 years any board members have been removed off of a board that I know of. This would be the first.
You weren't removed, sir. Your term expired last year. With that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Moving on to the Local Emergency Planning Committee, we've got 5 terms that expired, and I will reappoint all 5 of those back to that board. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Then we've got the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee. Jensen Hebert has his term expired at the end of the year. He does not wish to remain on this committee due to relocating. We've got 2 applicants, a Trevor Ashby and a Jody Espinoza. I will appoint Jody Espinoza to the board. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Then moving on to the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee. We have got 1 term that's vacant, 1 term that expired. And that was due to Commissioner Wayne Blair not wanting to remain on this committee. And then Shamil Balbalosa, she resigned from this committee due to her recently moving out. With this ordinance that was just passed earlier, it did reduce the number of members down to 7. But that was first reading, so removal for any members will need to wait. And I don't believe we've got any other applicants currently. Is that correct?
I didn't know if you might have a county commissioner to appoint to that position, because that is a vacant position.
Not yet. I'm not aware of one.
I've had a couple of conversations, but nothing definite.
Okay. I'll just defer this item then.
So, moving on, Stormwater Appeals and Advisory Board, we've got 1 term that expired at the end of 2021. It's Earl Garvin Jr. He wishes to stay on this board. We do not have any other applications. So I'll make a motion to reappoint Earl Garvin Jr. To this board. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Coates. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to Mayor and Alderman comments. Alderwoman Honeycutt.
I want to thank everybody that came out for the 50th anniversary celebration. It was really nice to see everyone that came out. It was really neat to learn all the history of Laverne, a lot of things that I didn't know, and now I know. It was good to meet Library Larry. I'm glad he was able to join us. He certainly made the meeting a hit. And as always, I want to thank our police and fire departments and our city employees for what they do day in and day out.
Thank you, ma'am. Alderman Waldron.
I want to tell everybody about the Country Hand Breakfast. It's February. I got to make sure it's February. I want to say September, but it's February the 12th. It's at the Laverne Rescue Squad from 6 to 10. It's about 2 weeks. And Groundhog Day's tomorrow, as Donna graciously let us know. Hopefully we'll have 6 weeks of good weather instead of 6 more weeks of bad weather. And cold weather's upon us. Make sure you check on the elderly people. The Laverne has got a lot of people that's older than I am, but and make sure your pets has got shelter and fresh water, and keep the McCullough family in your prayers. They lost one of their family members Thursday, and seemed like every week I'm getting calls about somebody passes away, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alderman Coates.
I'm pleased to see that the city is moving forward with both the police and the fire departments. I'd like to thank this board for working together as a unit, for getting the budget put together, for getting those 2 departments where they need to be. I'd just like to thank the rest of the board for doing that, and that's all I had, Mayor.
Vice Mayor No.
I want to thank Andrew and Bruce for the handbooks, employee handbooks. I think that will, I changed my mind on something tonight, but I think according to Mr. Richardson, if it doesn't go the way he would like it or we like it, that we can amend it and fix that. This is Black History Month, and we've got some speakers coming to the Senior Center, and it never failed. I hate that we couldn't have the Martin Luther King thing last month, because it seems like every year I learned something different about Black history, things that I didn't know or hadn't heard of. So I'm looking forward, because I got some speakers coming to the Senior Center, and I also found out that we are definitely going to be setting up our yard sale, so we're going to have a big to-do at the Senior Center. It's time for me to start talking about the Senior Center. And one more thing is the Laverne baseball and softball program is up and taking registration, so we need to try, and I know David will work hard, and we're going to try to get that off the ground and get it moving. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well, first I want to thank Commissioner Stevens for coming and doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Want to thank all the staff that was involved with the 50th anniversary today. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you to Representative Mike Sparks, David Waldron, Tom Clark, Mitt Patel, and Dr. Theowana Hatchett, all for coming and speaking and celebrating Laverne with us. It's truly an awesome event, so that was wonderful. Do also want to thank Library Larry for joining us, and hopefully we'll see some of his friends soon. And then I want to remind everybody about this Saturday, the Winter Formal. It will be from 2 to 4. Should be an absolutely fun event, great DJ, and hope to see you there. With that, call this meeting adjourned.